So of course the best part of these videos is watching that pellet track right in after the shot is fired and watching it strike the target. But of course it's easier on some shots to see it, like this one, and not so easy on this one. You can pick it up high in the screen and then it just disappears with that background, and of course depending on the angle of the light and how it reflects off the back of that pellet. Well, got an idea. So I was thinking about archery hunting with illuminated nocks and how nice it is because you can see where the arrow goes, and I thought, why not try to do that with the pellets, using those 25 grain JSB Kings in 25 cal Independence and a little spray paint to make the back of the pellet stand out better. Hey, let's experiment. Now, for all I know, the results of my little experiment are going to make me believe that the plain old pellets are the best way to go. Sometimes they capture the light awesome, but I gotta wonder if certain colors might stand out against different backgrounds better. So we got some white, black, and yellow backs of the pellets painted, as well as, of course, the standard silver color. I'm going to shoot them against 4 different backgrounds and see how they do. The backgrounds will be a tree bark, leaves, a cardboard color, and white to imitate the background of a sky. Alright, so our first background is off-white colored ceiling tile to imitate the color of the sky as a background. Look at right now, that black target dot is on center for the reticle. I adjusted it so that that's on center, so that as that pellet tracks in, it's not getting covered by the vertical member of the reticle. So those are the first 2 shots, the white painted pellet. The next 2 will be the black painted pellet on down the line, yellow, and finally the plain colored pellet. We'll do the same for each of the 4 backgrounds. I'll slow it up in slow-mo and do it again here in a second. And these are at 50 yards, by the way. And here we go in slow-mo with pellet number 1, the back of which is painted white. Pellet number 2. Now moving to the black painted pellet. And the yellow painted pellet. Lastly, the plain pellet, no paint on it. And moving on to the tree bark as the background color, I try to put these black targets towards the top of the board so that the pellet would be tracking with the bark as the background color for the majority of the time. The black does not show up too well, does it? Alright, moving over now to the yellow, and I apologize for this. I don't know what happened to the light. I think it's still serving the purpose relatively well, but very poor lighting. Sorry. I decided to throw in the background color of this cardboard box and see what you think. There's the white pellets, of course. And lastly, our background color is the leaves, which of course will be a common background color in the woods hunting for squirrels. So again, I put these black targets real close to the top, hoping that the pellet would track with the leaves as the background for the majority of the flight. These pellets are striking a little low. Okay, so I did this video shooting and editing in a busy day. It's not perfect, but it has helped me draw a couple conclusions and narrow down what I'd like to do in the future. For one, I definitely want to take a few colors hunting. My conclusion is this: black is lousy and not worth it. White's a little better perhaps than plain. Yellow is better in most circumstances, but good old plain pellet does a pretty good job. I intend to use the yellow and the plain in hunting and see what happens. Now, one thing you may have noticed is the painted pellets tended to shoot slightly low. I can tell you this, the yellow, closely followed by the white pellet, had significantly more paint on them than the black pellet. If you watch it again, you'll notice that they tended to strike lower than the black, and particularly lower than the plain. This, of course, is due to the extra weight being added by the paint. It's minor, but at 50 yards, it makes a difference, as you could see in the video. Well, I learned a lot, and I'm looking forward to pushing this experiment a little further. Thanks so much for watching. See ya.